Sesión de metal.
¿Qué onda? Te doy la más cordial bienvenida al primer episodio de la segunda temporada de Sesión de Metal. Espero que hayas disfrutado mucho esta temporada decembrina. Tengan un año muy chido, que esté lleno de éxitos, pero sobre todo de mucho metal, muchos conciertos, que nos alcance para todos los conciertos que pueda haber este año. Te mando un fuerte abrazo. También le quiero mandar un saludo a la audiencia de Uroboric Radio. Muchas gracias por escucharme. Les envío un cordial saludo. Y bueno, esta vez hice algunos pequeños cambios en el logo. Espero que les haya gustado ahora que ya es completo el logo Sesión de Metal, que nada más antes decía Sesión y ahora ya Sesión de Metal, para que no haya confusiones y que sepan que aquí se habla de bandas de metal nacional y de metal internacional. Me da mucho gusto que ya estés por acá, te agradezco mucho que estés viendo este videito, espero que llegues al final. Recuerda que mis entrevistas son pequeñas, va a ser entretenido esto, por favor no te vayas, quédate hasta el final. Recuerda que me puedes seguir como @sesión de metal en las principales redes sociales. Las mejores bandas de metal las encuentras en tu Sesión de Metal. Esta vez tengo una banda de Tampa, Florida, que se formó en el 2015. Ellos hacen una mezcla de black, de death y de thrash. Están por lanzar material próximamente, están por lanzar un álbum nuevo. Este 2023 estuvieron grabando sus nuevos tracks. Los miembros de esta banda son Randy Reyes en las voces, Aaron Robinson en la guitarra, Jonathan Rochford en la batería y The Maggot en el bajo. Su guitarrista Aaron Robinson viene a contarnos un poco de todo ello, así que le doy la más cordial bienvenida a Blood of Angels. Hey Aaron, how are you?
I am very good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. ¿Nos podrías decir un poco qué tal fue el 2023 para Blood of Angels?
Slow moving process. Mostly we were just pretty much in the writing process for the new album. That we'll be back in the studio recording in about another couple of weeks and getting that completed. The one big highlight was last August we won the Hollywood Independent Music Award for Best Metal Song with our latest single, Spillage. So, I mean, that was really cool, being in LA and hitting the red carpet and being interviewed by like TV channels and stuff. So that's a little different for a band like us, but it was a really good time, a great experience. So that was the big highlight for the year.
Para los que aún no conocen a Blood of Angels, ¿cuál sería el track que dirías que es su carta de presentación?
Our latest single, Spillage, I mean, we put it out in Halloween in 2022, and that's done really well for us. Also, some of the other songs, Odin's Wrath from our previous catalog, and Miscreant Deeds of Loki. We just got our masters back from our previous record label, so we're going to be re-releasing. It should be ready to go next month for the album we did with Slip Trick Records called Failure of Faith. Disaster of Supremacy and Blood of the Lamb are probably the two highlight tracks from that album as well. Those are going to be ones that are going to be carrying over into our future touring and our future shows.
Pues ahí está la recomendación. Ustedes son de Tampa, Florida. ¿Dirías que es una ventaja como banda de metal vivir en el lugar que vio nacer a grandes bandas como Death?
Well, I mean, one of the things that is really a cool advantage is some of these great artists are local and they're becoming part of the scene, and a couple of people have been really big mentors for me. James Murphy, who was in Death and Obituary and Testament, he's been a real inspiration, giving me great tips and ideas on how to handle things in the studio, and great advice there. Rob Barrett from Cannibal Corpse, who, you know, another someone who's kind of become a friend of mine, you know, and he was also another wonderful mentor, and just helped me learn things about the business and how it all operates. That I think it was kind of a big advantage, being in the scene and part of the scene, is having those two wonderful as mentors in our development as a band and as musicians ourselves. As far as the big overall thing, I think you know, the fact that we are from this city, and when we do release new music or anything, it you know, the underground media, especially, you know, those very focused on death metal and black metal, really take an interest on what we have to produce because of the history of where we're from.
Eres artista destacado de Solar Guitars y bueno, hay a muchos guitarristas que les encanta escuchar esta pregunta. ¿Nos podrías platicar un poco de tu gear para los seguidores de Sesión de Metal?
Okay, with Solar Guitars, I've been endorsed them for 3 years now. They've been absolutely fantastic. I play like the V17 and the A17. Basically, they're the same kind of guitars, both with Seymour Duncan pickups, 7 strings. Basically, the only difference between one and the other is one is V-shaped and the other one is more of a Strat body. Both of them are mahogany bodies with maple neck, 24 jumbo frets. Absolutely fantastic. They definitely handle the rigors of the road. My pedal board, my main processor, and I'm still going to continue to use it because I'm really happy with the tone, is the Zune G5N floor processor. I also use a Digitech DT wah, which is both a wah effect and a down tuner, because we do when we do our songs, we play in about like 5 different tunings. So it's just a lot easier instead of switching guitars or retuning the guitars all the time, just to use the down tune effect, which goes in half-step increments. That just makes it for a quick turnaround, in between songs and for the flow. And then I also use a Morley wah. Amplifiers, I just have basically just a crate 212 combo. It's about a 100-watt combo. The amp itself, I don't really use for tone very much or anything. Anything comes from the processor, I just run it into the effects loop, and it's just primarily used as a power amp. The reason why I've decided my setup that way is when I did my first South American tour, the backline was provided by the promoters, which was absolutely fantastic. But I never knew what amp I was getting. Sometimes I got a Marshall, sometimes I got something as great as a Mesa. Other times I got some Ibanez half stack or even some Russian-made tube amp that I had no idea even existed. But the great thing about that setup is that as long as I'm able to run into an effects loop, my tone is always my tone, and I don't have to really worry about playing with the EQ of amplifiers.
Bueno, ya para finalizar, en diciembre hicieron una publicación vía Facebook del arte de su próximo material discográfico. ¿Qué detalles nos puedes compartir, Art?
We went ahead and did the album cover. The album is called Léonce de Tantanos. Kind of blended 4 languages that actually sounded pretty good as a sentence together. Using French, German, the Scandinavian of and Tantano for Greek, for the word of death. A lot of the songs are going to be covering the subject of how we say goodbye to our loved ones. When we pass on, it's something that we all relate to globally as a people. Death is a part of life, and the rituals that we all individually, culturally do to say goodbye to one another. And I figured after everything that we went through with COVID, we as a band member, we've lost some family members, some of our band members, to COVID and the tragedy of that pandemic. And I figured a subject matter of something that could really bring people together who are struggling through moments of mourning would be a wonderful thing for ourselves to heal and our fans as well. And so we only really got a couple of songs recorded on that. Mostly it's because of its studio scheduling, but things are back on track. We're going to be laying down a couple more songs this month, a couple in February. We're hoping to have everything wrapped up maybe by the beginning of April, and then we got another quick studio project thing to work on that unfortunately I signed an NDA. I can't talk about that yet, a non-disclosure agreement, but it's exciting, and we're planning on doing a release in September following kicking off our tour in the upper Midwest of the United States, and then moving on to the rest of the world. We definitely want to get ourselves down to Latin America and South America and see all our wonderful people down there. So the future is exciting, and it's going to be very busy. I'm looking forward to every moment of it.
well, sorry for your loss, and I can't wait to hear your new album. Muchas gracias por venir al programa. Antes de que te vayas, ¿nos podrías decir en dónde pueden escuchar toda la música de Blood Angels? ¿En dónde los pueden seguir? Si pueden adquirir su mercancía, ya sea el disco en físico o algún otro tipo de material.
Sure. Best place is on our website, bloodofangels.net. That our official website. We also have our online store there. We have our shirts and our music, and all those things available on the bloodofangels.net site. You can always follow socially at facebook.com/bloodofangels1. Also on X now, I guess that's what it's called, not Twitter anymore. Twitter.com/bloodofangels1 and Instagram and YouTube just Blood of Angels. That's our handle there.
Aaron, thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's my pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. No problem.
Oye, qué bueno que llegaste hasta el final de este videíto. Espero te haya gustado. Por favor, déjame tus comentarios. Si no te has suscrito aún, hazlo por favor. Sígueme en redes, ya sabes, @ceciondemetal. Estoy en Facebook, en Instagram, en TikTok y en X, que ya no sé si quiero seguir en X porque me cae muy gordo. Tal vez ya lo deje y me dedique a otras cosas. Tal vez ya habrá mi Twitch, no lo sé. Igual ya nos encontramos en el mundo gamer. Y pues nada, me gustaría mucho verlos en la próxima entrevista, que me toca entrevistar a Malahevich. Tiene mucho que decirnos, así que nos vemos el próximo jueves. Chao.